So you know I've got this pretty cool Mercedes Sprinter, yeah? And did you know it had an awning? Well, this bit might not be so cool. I've bought a side for it. And another side, which makes two sides. Bought the front panel as well, but please stay with me. I know it's uncool, but there's a reason. Welcome to the second bedroom. No, it's not a second bedroom. 3 sides, totally sold separately. Collectively, half the price of an awning room. Once you've got the little brackets fitted into the awning case, the sides take probably about 3 minutes to put up. I haven't pegged them down, that'll take a little bit longer, but the sides are absolutely fantastic. I love the sides because I've been under the awning before, and you know, you've got a through wind coming through and it's blowing things and it's an absolute nightmare, especially if it's raining as well. Everyone, I think, that's got an awning should buy one side. They're about 100 quid a side. It's basically a windbreaker on steroids. It just stops that wind coming through. I think it's absolutely great. I don't know how it will treat us in direct sunlight. It's a beautiful day today, but the sun has just gone behind the trees. I'd imagine we would start to boil in here a little bit. But what I will show you, which I thought was fantastic, it crossed my mind that it would be a bit of a problem, is I've purposely not tied this one back at the moment. So you see daylight through there, a big gap at the bottom forming there. They have a bungee cord and these hooks, one at the bottom, one at the top. And when you fix them to something, one at your awning rail and then one on your door, or peg it to the floor, it hugs the side of the van to stop that wind, you know, really coming through, and the water, it just gets away, just gets rid of those massive gaps. There's a gap at the top there. Like I say, this isn't a room. The £900 room would, you know, be totally sealed basically, but this is where we are. This is the kind of thing you need to think about if you've got a family or young kids, that kind of thing, because it gives extra room. And what's good is we can bring stuff out here now and leave it overnight. Not most valuable things, but like a pram, pushchair, his toys, they can stay here knowing they're not going to get soaked and wrecked. So that's where I'm at with it. So let's rewind a little bit, guys. I'm actually on my driveway now. That's when you want to do your initial setup, because it will take a few tools. You'll need a set of steps, that kind of thing. But once these clips are in place, you won't need a set of steps again, and you will not need a screwdriver. So all you do, the pack actually comes with 2 lots of clips, or mine did, so make sure you get the correct ones. So you'll put one of these each side, and it basically forces in. It's a bit awkward, but you'll push and you'll go, and that will just clip straight in like that. And then all you do is use these screws, you'll tighten them up, and as they tighten that way, they push the clip backwards, so it almost like holds itself. It doesn't screw through the awning case, but it just holds itself there, one at each end. Job done. Please do not for a second think that because you're staying in a van, you need to compromise. Ice cold. I'm on the way back now from my little overnighter gifted to me by my mum and my wife. They got together and said get away for the evening, so I took the opportunity to test run that awning setup for the little boy. I think it'll work well. Bit concerned if the weather is as beautiful as it is now when we go away next week, that it's going to be a bit of a hot box. But I was trying to almost make a containment for him, like a pen or a prison, so that he can't get out. But I'll set it up properly shortly, peg it down correctly, do it fully legit, and I'll let you have a look at it and see what you think. I've been away 3 times in about 10 days, so I'm feeling very, very lucky. A night on my own, basically in the woods. The overland show, I got back yesterday, and now we're off to Wales for potentially 3 days. Let's see how it goes, because you can probably see who my passenger is. This little Isaac Tom. He hasn't been, well, no one has really been anywhere big since France last year, and at that point he was 6 months old, and he wasn't all about town, you know, like nowadays I could barely keep up with him, running around, that kind of thing. We used to put him in a little chair and just keep him occupied. Well, all of that's gone out the window now. He's his own little person, he runs us ragged, so I'm terrified. Ruth tells me it's going to be all right. She tells me and assures me it's going to be absolutely fine. Right guys, top tip, I am in no way a parental guru. I literally do what it takes to survive day by day, I can't tell you. But we try to keep his routine the same. We've left probably about half an hour before he would usually be due a nap, and the idea is he gets settled into the drive, drops off when he would usually sleep anyway, everything stays the same. We haven't actually been in the van for long journeys together, because obviously of lockdown and all that kind of thing. What I do know is he prefers it when we're moving, so we just hit a bit of traffic now, so I can quite you know, I'm expecting him to probably kick off. He seems, oh, I don't know, he seems pretty happy at the moment, but that dummy's getting a right battering because he is teething. So let's just see how it goes, and let's just hope that this traffic clears, we get moving, and he falls asleep and he wakes up in a brand new place full of brand new stuff. Can't wait. Totally scrap my last bit of footage where I said that we were planning it with his nap. My boy has never really napped in the motor, and he never naps on walks and things like that. He naps in his bed and that's it. By the time we got here, he was way past his nap time, and he had a meltdown, man, like an hour. He was unconsolable, and then you're trying to put him to sleep somewhere that he doesn't recognise, that kind of thing. We got him down. Now we're sat outside the van with beers that I've just bought from the shop, with 1,000 jobs to do, and we can't start any of them because they all include like bashing and crashing about, that kind of thing. So in hindsight, probably he should have had his nap at home, got on the road. I was worried about travelling, but he was absolutely great travelling. Should have done it the other way around. Nap at home, travelled with him awake. We would have got here, Ruth would have went for a walk, I would have set up, come back, job done. So yeah, we're just burning 2 hours now by sitting, drinking and eating terrible cakes from the little shop that's on site. So apart from the bit in between where he was sleeping, we've just had the hardest
3 hours of parenting so far. Totally got it wrong. Don't listen to me. I told you I weren't a guru. Totally got that wrong. And then he woke up and he was just as angry. And then he walked into the ladder on the side of the van, which really cheered him up a bit. Smashed his face. Big black mark all over his nose. Real tough. It's not easy. If I hadn't have put the awning up, I think we'd have been on the way back. No, we are gonna try and stick it out. It's tough. As you can hear, we have reverted to Baby Club on YouTube, so please don't judge me. So thankfully Ruth has just corrected me. We have not had the toughest 3 hours. Ruth has, because I was putting the awning together, just so you know. So the 3 sides are up on the awning in a new location. Here we are, finally putting it into practice. Works really well, the 3 sides. Not too pleased with the pegging down system, so let me show you. On the inside you've got these little fellas here, and the idea is that you hook one of these on, like that. So that's really strong. That's not going anywhere. And the idea is that you loop one of these through, tie it in a knot, and then peg it down. This is so stiff, I cannot even tie that in a knot. I've watched YouTube videos and everything. You're supposed to tie that in a knot. I've even tried just looping it through, using it like that and pegging it down, but the distance between there and the floor is far too great. So I've had to chain link like 5 of these together, and obviously I've ran out of these far too soon because I've used 4 on each one. So that is shocking. If someone knows, not an alternative necessarily, because I can find an alternative, but if someone knows if with these 2 things there is a correct way, please tell me how, because I feel like I'm being a bit stupid. But here it is. It's windy, we're in Wales, and yeah, it shakes a tiny bit, but it takes that like the fierceness of the wind off straight away. You know that it is windy outside, but you can't feel it. So there it is. I think it looks pretty cool. Working well, pretty well so far. Yeah, I'll take you on inside. So if we're in and out, I leave one side with that bungee that I showed you earlier off at the bottom, so that because it doesn't come with the door. And here it is. He's just getting his head round being where we are, but immediately there's no wind factor. We won't necessarily get too wet. Welcome back to the driveway. Yeah, so we've been back a couple of days now, packed away, all that kind of thing. Had a quick look through the footage. There wasn't much, to be honest, because running around with Isaac and things like that, if I said to the missus, I'm just going to go and do a video or some filming, I think she would have yeah, given me the what for. So, and I don't blame her. It's tough with a little one. Going away with an 18-month-old baby that's teething and doesn't understand the rules of going into other people's camps and things like that. He just wanted to be free, basically. But the awning did work really well when he was situated in it, if that makes sense. One thing that I did notice from actually using it with all the 3 sides up is I keep mentioning that it's not a fully comprehensive awning room for speed, cost, ease of putting it up, that kind of thing. But also what I didn't realise is because of that, it's quite drafty. My missus would say it's actually cold at night, but during the day what that gave us was some air. So you know, like when you go into a tent on a lovely day and there's no air because it's just hot, you know, imagine going inside a tent and zipping it up. Absolutely horrible. but because there's gaps and things like that, there is air changes going on. So that side of things was really good. So really chuffed with that. And massive learning curve with little Isaac Tom. So thank you to everyone that's subscribed. The numbers are going up. Thank you to everyone that watches, and thank you to all those people that every time I put a video up, they drop me a comment. If nothing else, just a thumbs up. There's a few of you. Every time I can almost rely on it. It makes a big difference. I'm going to ask for a tiny bit more to those hardcore supporters. Love it. Press play on a playlist every now and then. Maybe if you go into work and if you can think about it, or press play on a playlist. I've created a couple now. Just need to get them watch hours up so YouTube recognise me and they recommend me a bit more. Help this channel grow. Got a lovely product coming. I've done a deal with a guy for a lovely product. Can't wait to show it. I hope it's good because I'm buzzing for it. That's what's coming next. So stay tuned. Hit the subscribe. Hit the bell and see you next time. Cheers.